What's going on, team? My bad for the delay. Having some issues with the stream. I got it now, no. So I, hold on. Let me make sure this is actually working. 1 sec.
What's good, fam? You good?
Oh, there they go. There they go. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Gotcha.
What's
Gotcha.
up, Antoine?
How y'all
What up,
feeling,
bro?
man?
What's happening, everybody?
All right, I'm gonna make this quick, man. We don't got we got some stuff to cover, so we don't got a whole lot though. So it's gonna kind of get through this meeting quickly. All right. By watching or reading this, you're saying you understand the following. I am not a financial advisor. This is not trading advice. This is solely for educational purposes. There are significant financial risks associated with options trading, and I'm not liable for your wins or losses in the market if you decide to act on this information. Let's go. All right. So we got some big stuff coming up this week with the Fed, right? So it's just a big week. So we had really a chill week, few weeks actually, without a lot of Fed speakers. Even with CPI last week, with CPI and FOMC, we didn't have a lot of Fed speak. And this week we got Fed testimony on Wednesday and Thursday morning. So it's going to be interesting. And this is when they do this twice a year. So they do it twice a year where the Fed testifies on Capitol Hill, and you get those crazy questions from Elizabeth Warren and stuff like that that make the market go crazy. So I think, if you look up the last few times we've had the the Fed gotten grilled on Capitol Hill, the market fell off a cliff or did something else. So right now, it hasn't been. It's been hard to kind of stop this bull market since we've crossed over into the bull market, but a pullback is healthy so we'll see what happens. We also got, this is what I'm concerned about it, because it all depends on what questions get asked and who's asking the questions. But so yeah, we got to watch that 2 days in a row. We also have I just added Mester because they didn't have her on the calendar, but Mester is speaking also on Tuesday morning. Now the thing is, on Thursday morning. So they got the Fed scheduled to speak at 10 a.m., but the Fed may not start at 10 a.m. So you know how that works. So we just got to keep that on. Obviously, markets was closed today for Juneteenth, but we have housing starts coming out tomorrow morning. We have jobless claims on Thursdays, services PMI, which is another thing that kind of moves the market. So we got some data, but we don't have a lot of stuff. I'm more concerned with Powell coming out there, man. So we'll see how this works. This was how the market finished last week. Tech got sold off a little bit towards the end of the week, but it was kind of up and down. If you've been like watching, it's really been up and down with energy and then tech, energy, tech, utilities, energies, tech, utilities. So it's been kind of pushing. This was Friday. This was the Friday before. So when I say the Friday before, I mean not this past Friday, but let's call that last Friday. This was last Friday's performance. We had consumer discretionary with that was the most bullish sector on that Friday, with materials and utilities being the oversold, the worst performing, right? So you see, we got the flip. So now we're seeing, and again, tech was all right. Tech didn't do too bad last week, but tech did actually really well last week. But you see how we get that flip though, without consumer discretionary. But you got tech down here, and you got tech up there. You get the flip. You got utilities up here. You got utilities down there. So a lot of times when you get that rotation, with the sector that ends up oversold kind of finishes the week strong. But it all depends. It all depends. These were the top order flow in terms of options that we had. Let me just let 1 second. I'm just gonna let the rest of the team know that we did start, because the meeting was late. So 1 second. 1 sec. How y'all feeling though? I mean, y'all had a good weekend. I mean, still going on technically.
I'm at work, man. I'm exhausted.
Yeah, I didn't
Our weekend was
exhausted.
good.
Moving,
Ready
man.
for it to be over.
Yeah, it was all good though, man.
Okay, that's good. That's good. That's y'all good that y'all had a good weekend. That's good. Let me just tell everybody. My bad, my bad. Just had to get that out. But yeah, man. So this is order flow. This is the order flow, the top order flow we had on for Friday. This was just Friday. I see we got your stock in here, Peter. We got Rivian in here. But you see Microsoft finished the week off strong. Tesla, obviously. We had FSLR, Apple, and Meta. So we had a few stocks that finished the week off strong. Now remember, we had quad witching, so and a lot of positions got closed out, but a lot of new positions got started. So yeah, so we had a lot of flow that went into a lot of these stocks. Okay, I see you. I see you, Walmart. I see you, Walmart, creeping up there because it's been, the consumer staples sector been kind of dead, not really dead, but that's defensive. So they've been kind of pumping into tech now. AMD, they've been selling AMD off, ever since that event. So AMD, Oracle, and Nvidia. So people were taking profit. Those stocks ran like hell last week. I mean, Baba ran like hell last week too. For the week, top week performance last week was Tesla, Apple, Nvidia, Microsoft, and Meta. Shout out to Amazon. But look, AMD was still in there too. Disney, Nike, CHTR, EM, and T-Mobile were the worst performing stocks of last week. Let's move on. Yeah, recap. So, I mean, we had a great week last week. I mean, I don't really have too much to recap. I just want to say that there was a time last week where we had two contracts that made over $4,600. Two plays alone. It was a Meta play and Nvidia play, not even including Tesla. We had some great plays. We didn't take a lot of trades last week, but we had a great week, right? So, and the thing about that is, to me, it just, when the market is ready, we take action on a market when it's ready. Sometimes, and I'm gonna switch over to the charts while I'm talking about this because got some charts that bring up. But yeah, the market, man, sometimes the market doesn't do what you want it to do at that time. I would love for Meta to run all the time, right? But sometimes it's not time for those stocks. You got to wait for those stocks. So we took a break on Meta. We hadn't traded Meta in about 2 weeks because Meta just took a break. We ain't traded in about 2 weeks. And it wasn't because there weren't moves to be made throughout that time. It was some smaller moves, but I was looking for, I prefer moves that look like they're gonna run. You know what I mean? When it's ready. So we played it. It was a great trade and it was ready. So the thing is, so now we're back in this gap fill area. I told y'all weeks ago that if Meta got above 268, that it was going to 300, and we're almost there. So let's just see what the market does, because we did get a lot of let me just check out the weekly for a second before we talk about that particular time frame. Hold on. All right. This is the weekly on Meta. Crazy weekly candle after that pullback. So it's just been going straight up, man, since we broke out of this range here. And I don't like when stocks look like this, but you can look at this in so many ways, because here's a channel here. It's just an uptrend channel. It ain't one of those just a rising wedge. You can look at it as a rising wedge. I'm looking at it as an uptrend channel here. So, but on the weekly, it got a little different look. But you see, it's riding this 90 EMA up. That's what it's been doing. So it's been, when it does retest, we haven't had a real retest of the 90 EMA on the weekly in a minute, but it's been using this on the daily pretty consistently. So if it does come back down, you know where we're coming back down to before our next surge upward. So Meta looks great. And yeah, so the market sold off. A lot of like I said, a lot of positions got rolled or closed on Friday for quad witching. So I see how the sector performs. I mean, the tech sector was the worst performance, one of the worst performing sectors on Friday. So let me just see 1 second. Hold on. I'm trying to go back over to the session hour here just for a sec. I think it was the 4 hour that we were looking at on Friday. We had a mini study group on Friday. So after the close, where was it? I think it was, maybe it was the 4 hour, I believe. Or hold on. Nah, maybe it was SPY or QQQ we're looking at. But all I'm saying is, so like this stock, man, if Meta, on Friday, we had a decision to make. We were trying to decide what to do in terms of like additional trades, if we were going to trade anything, or if we were just gonna, just decide to chill. We were on Zoom in the final minutes. And for the team as a whole, we just decided to, like, let's let the market just tell us next week, because it was just, it wasn't clear what SPY really wanted to do, because I got a few scenarios here, and I'm gonna make this larger so I can take this off. But let's look here, take some of this out of there. If you check this out, right, we got, hold on 1 sec. Yeah, let me look at the weekly first, my bad. It's easier to see on the weekly what's going on. So you see, we closed this first gap and we solidified the gap fill by finishing on the weekly above the gap fill. So it looked like it wants 447. Well, we call that 448. That's what we call it. That's what it wants, right? And it looked like it wants to get there. It may come back down. I mean, as long as it sustains this gap fill, it could come back down. But as long as it sustains this gap fill, it's fine, because it does have room up here though. And on the weekly, it looks good. Now, a week, each candle represents 1 week of price action. So a lot of stuff can happen within a week and the candle still finish strong. So it doesn't really, we don't know what's going to happen on Wednesday and Thursday when Powell come out there, man. And then we, like I said, we got Mester on Thursday morning. And like I said, she's not a voting FOMC member this year, but she's known, her and Bullard, neither of them are voting FOMC members this year, but they're known to say things that send the market running or falling off a cliff. So I always pay attention to what they got to say. And really her, but Bullard, he's crazy too, but both of them, but she's speaking this week. So, and Powell is speaking on 2 days. And like I said, this is different than a press conference after FOMC, because that's just press that he's talking to and stuff like that. He's going to be talking to Congress. So, you know, when they grills him, they're going to ask personal questions. They're going to ask probably more stuff about the banks. They're going to grill him about whether he's really going to, whether, you know, if he's, because with the reason the market ran so much after FOMC on Wednesday is because the market assumes that, okay, he paused. We finally got the Fed to pause. Well, actually, he called it a skip. He didn't call it a pause. He called it a skip. When you pause something, it continues after you stop. I mean, after it stopped, it picks up where it left off. But when you skip something, you skipped it, right? So he called it a skip. He didn't call it a pause. So people are assuming that he's done. He's just not going to admit it right now, but he's not going to raise rates anymore. So I think that on Wednesday or Thursday, when he talks to Congress, he's going to have to, he's not going to be able to dance around questions like that, because you got, like I said, you got the biggest Karen in this on Congress going to be talking to him, and Elizabeth Warren. So she's not going to let him dance around questions. And you know, the last time I think it was Vice President Barr was talking to Congress about the bank situation, and she spoke, and the whole market fell off a cliff when he was answering her questions. This was a few months ago. So just something to keep in mind, you know, that it's going to be a very volatile situation. Every single question could be a question that send the market going crazy, depending on what they ask and what he actually answers. So we'll get a lot of clues into what's really going on. So but yeah, so all of that to be said, the market finished strong. And so SPY has room to run. But if we go back down to the daily, we got where is it? So I think I had it. It was easier on the weekly first before I went down there. It was something else I wanted to show. Hold up. Yeah, maybe it was on the daily. But yeah, if SPY pulls back, it would be nice if it because I mean right now, was this inside or was this? Yeah, it was. No, that was two up. That was two up because the high on this was 443.61 and we had 443. Yeah, no, that was inside. So SPY was inside on the daily on Friday. So okay, so that's cool. That's cool. So an inside candle is neutralizing. So the market could go either way. So it is not, it's non-directional. So it's a neutralizing candle. So SPY could go either way on Monday. I just say like it's been bouncing off this. So if it was two down, then it would have been like, okay, cool, we'll probably come down here. But like historically, sometimes, and again, we've only had a few Juneteenths that we've been off, you know. So the market after 3-day weekend, it could go either way. It's just hard to say. We haven't had any bad news come out over the weekend. I haven't seen any bad news. So not really sure, but I'm just saying that if the market pulls back, a healthy pullback would be down to 435, in my opinion. You know, if it takes out last week's highs, then I think we easily go up to 448. So and with the type of momentum we've been getting, it's been pretty cool. So I'm looking for that. So we'll see which way it goes. So that's the good thing about it. Inside candle, we get to see which way it goes. It kind of choose a side and then and see which way we go. So we'll see how Tuesday plays out. And then we got housing starts coming out. So you'll see how that goes for that. I got a few other stocks while I'm here to hit PayPal real quick. So this is the daily on PayPal. So look, now PayPal has been, remember we talk about this a lot, right? But when the market is in turmoil, when there's everybody's afraid of a bear market or whatever the situation is, they sell the stocks that are not profitable. And PayPal hasn't been profitable because they clump PayPal with that buy now, pay later space with you know, Affirm and all of them. They grouped them all together. So PayPal got hit the hardest because PayPal looked like a relic. You know, they looking at PayPal like, well, PayPal owns Zelle, but I'm saying they looking at PayPal like, well, that's the old one. People using Affirm, people using other things. They're not using PayPal. Even for the transferring money, they're using Cash App. So PayPal was not really getting wasn't really getting what it was getting. So when the market started falling off a cliff, PayPal got killed. They crushed PayPal. But I said all of that to say, on this daily chart now, PayPal looked like it wants this gap fill area up here, right? So that's a long way away, right? But you see, look at this surge in 2 days, man. So look, from here, PayPal went from 60, what was that, 63 all the way up to 67, you know. So and hold on one second. Okay, got back above this area. Okay, so when they got back above this area here, so 1 second, I'm just trying to get this right real quick. I'm trying to see something. So the fact that PayPal was able to get back up here now, it's just something to watch. And so if we can take out, hold on. And there's nothing stopping it, man. I mean, if it can get momentum to keep going, if we can get above this 67.19, we should be able to get up here and at least retest the bottom of the gap fill area. So that would be, if it breaks there with momentum, We get that volume. And like I said, we got MACD line cross the signal line. We got green oscillator bars. And then you see I got shit. Hold on. Oh, this larger probably. All right, there we go. So this is my MACD down here. And I had this set up from before. And you see when we broke back through here, it's been holding up, right? So it's been holding up pretty good. So, I mean, like I said, if we remain in a bull market, then these stocks are going to continue to run because they so oversold. It's like people get scared and they like I said, they sell the stocks that don't have a lot of free cash flow. And this was one of the ones. So, and one of the key tips to look at with something like this. But yeah, this is a good trade idea. I like the way it's set up. The fact that I'm glad I missed. I mean, I ain't gonna say we missed anything because, like I said, we had some really big trades. We traded the best stocks that we could possibly trade last week and crushed it. But yeah, so just always good to have something else on the radar. And get this out of there. But yeah, so if we can break above the 67.19 price level, we should be able to extend to 69.68. And this is a short week, so that's another thing. Just gotta be careful about short weeks. I hate short weeks, but they can be good. If you know, PayPal only moves about $2 a day. So, but it's been surging because it's been oversold. So if that momentum continues, it'll be good. And then also it was running in sympathy with Affirm, because Affirm they got the forward guidance on their partnership with Amazon. They've been had that partnership, but they were talking about how profitable it looked like the partnership is about to become for them. So that's been bullish. That's bullish. So the stock's been kind of moving. So yeah, keep this one on watch. Got to keep this on watch. I just like that reversal. I like a nice reversal on a stock, man. And that one looked good. It went from that bullish engulfing, then it got a continuation. So it's just crazy. So yeah. And I like that bounce right there, that bounce off the breakout, because look, so this was originally a support. This was a trend support. It broke down, lost it, and it was rejecting it as resistance. So, you know, it couldn't get back above it. So when it finally broke through it, we got a candle confirmation and, you know, what a bullish engulfing. And then we got the retest. That's perfect. That's bullish. And now we got that non-EMA about to cross, or it just crossed the 21 EMA. Yeah, did it cross it, or is it about to cross it? Non-EMA is crossing the 21 EMA. Yep. Bullish. Nothing but bullishness on that. And like I said, you see all of that volume, bro, all of that selling pressure that came out on I mean, not selling pressure, all of that buying, all that volume, good volume that came in there on Friday, you know. So yeah, just I mean, I gotta change this because this be confusing me at times, man. I gotta change that. No, it's fine, it's fine. But yeah, so PayPal, man, gotta keep PayPal on watch. Let's go to Tesla real quick. Shout out to Tesla, man. Tesla made us a lot of money last week, or the last 2 weeks. Shout out to Tesla. So this is another good chart, man. We talked about this on our mini study group on Friday before the close, or after the close. But look, so Tesla is in this gap fill area. It got to the top of it. It kind of rejected the top of the gap fill area, but you know, it finished with a 222 reversal, 222 up reversal, right? And I like the way this candle finished, right? So if we get a continuation, then this look like it's going to close that gap up to the 246.43 price level. We get up there, then we can move a little higher. But let's try to get through that gap fill area first, because it's a lot of selling pressure up here. If we can penetrate this wall right here at 260, what is that, 260? Where's my gap right here? Hold up. I think that is hold on. Yeah, 265. It's actually 265.25. So we can close that gap up to 265.25. Then we can get up there. We can take a move, a nice another move on Tesla. I was talking to Kevin and them about this on Friday. It's cleaner on the weekly if you look at it. So we break up there, and then we can really make a solid move on here. Because if you look, this is a very important chart too. Because if you see, I got this line drawing here, not just because I got it drawn here, because you see, this used to be support. This was support for Tesla, right? Then we lost it. And now support becomes resistance. Remember, it was hard for it to get back through here when it, before got through there and it ran, right? So we can get through this price level that I showed y'all on the daily just now. Now this is the weekly. We get through here, Tesla gonna run like a bat out of hell. It's gonna get back up to at least 285, 290. If we can break above here. What I want to do is I want to break above here, get a nice retest on it, and then I'm all in. That's how we played it before, right? So we're going to play it like that again. This is a strong area of support resistance on it. So it's a key area, and we should pay attention to that area. So you see how Tesla moves when it breaks through that area. It's just and then look at the way all of the momentum we have on it. Volume's been strong. Look, we played this whole breakout. We played this whole breakout. So we saw when it first broke out of here, we played that. And yeah, so Tesla, really nice setup. I love it. We got that candle confirmation on the weekly. We got a continuation. So now we just gotta, if we get through here, oh yeah. So let's see how this plays out, man, for Tesla. So that's another one, big one for this upcoming week for us to keep on watch. Let me go to Microsoft right quick. Microsoft, sheesh. That's crazy, man. But look, this is the thing about Microsoft right now. If you look at this chart, you see the way we up here, man. And again, I forget a double top, man, because like what Corleone taught me so many times, man, already with NVIDIA, excuse my French, but F a double top, man. Because if the market want to go, it's going to go. But I'm just saying, but it's always good to know. Like I said, if you're going into a bank, like, all right, security might not be there, but that's where they normally come at right here. So, this is a double top area. So if it breaks through this area, then it's fine. But it did reject the hell out of it. You see how it rejected the hell out of it. But, it's okay. It still held most of its gains. We still got a, what is that? 222 reversal on the weekly on this Microsoft, the weekly. That's a beautiful setup, but we got to break through here. We lost it on the weekly. So look, check this out. Microsoft may break out and run on Tuesday, tomorrow, Tuesday. I'm very curious to see how the futures open tonight, but let's see. But yeah, this is how we finished on Friday with a rejection. But it's been running for a while. It's okay. But look, we got green oscillator bars on the daily, and we got the MACD line crossing the signal line. It sold off, but that was a reject. But the whole tech sector sold off heading into the close too. Because again, like I said, with quad witching, they closing positions. But hold on one sec. I actually like Microsoft better on the weekly, and that's good. That's a good thing. So it might be good for a swing trade then. But hold on. What's the all-time high for Microsoft? I think it was, I don't know. Let me check. Okay, so we are there. So we up. Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy. So that's where we at right now. We back at the all-time high for Microsoft, right? So hold up, the all-time high, and that's because of that damn AI. So 249.67. 240. Okay, so we broke that already. So we already took out the all-time high again for Microsoft. That was a crazy bull flag breakout and takeoff right here. It was, I don't know when it was, but you see that was this is a monthly chart I'm looking at, because it takes away all the noise. Now let's be clear. Look, if you look at this monthly chart, now the MACD is obviously a lagging indicator. So the stock had already started breaking out before the MACD line crossed above the signal line. We got this strong second green oscillator bar, right? But this was a crazy bull flag breakout right here on the monthly, and we got a 222 continuation. But let's see how this goes, man, because if the bull market continues, then it has room to go. But that's crazy. After being after the market being down for so long and we just everything been in a downtrend, we got Microsoft, everything, most of these stocks are breaking out for all-time highs. That's the reason I like Meta so much, is because they sold Meta prematurely. They sold Meta off as just because people were scared. You know, people didn't know what the metaverse was or whatever. But now that everybody's talking about AI, and now that Apple is talking about, they got their own they got a fake Quest 2 headset. They got a knockoff Quest, but they made it more expensive because it's Apple. And so we got, you know, we got that going on. So then here's another one that they sold the hell out of last year that's coming back, Netflix, right? So here we go. So we got Netflix, and I ain't even put the levels on Microsoft. I'll do that in a while, but I actually like the Netflix chart a lot more. So Netflix, man, you look at this, man, we had a crazy sell-off, obviously, right? And if Netflix, where are we at right now? Netflix over 450, Netflix over 450, we going back to 500 easily. You know, where is that? Where are we at now for Netflix? Yeah, so we pushing that. Did we hit 450 yet? No, we ain't hit it. But yeah, Netflix over 450. We see 500 on this stock easily. This is a monthly. Let me switch back. My bad. I ain't mean to touch this monthly. I ain't mean to touch the monthly. I'm gonna go to the weekly first. Yeah, but Netflix over 450, and it's out of here. Hold on. You know, Netflix, it's crazy. We going in, what quarter we in now? We are in, we just finished Q2. So yeah, earnings about to start again anyway. So earnings about to start again anyway, but we got this uptrend now. And this is the only thing that worries me. And that doesn't really worry me, but it's something to keep an eye on, that Netflix has been extended since this move, but it's oversold. It's oversold. Everything is oversold. So in a bear market, I mean, in this bull market that we're in, these stocks got a lot of room to move. So 1 sec. And obviously, we waiting for the breakout to happen. I mean, unless you trading to open with us on Zoom or something, and we trading a retest or something real quick. You gotta wait for these setups to come together before just taking a trade, and we should be good. Hold on, I'm just trying to get this right. So yeah, but I like the way this stock looking so far, man. I just feel that if you've been with tech, and there was a report that came out, I think it was last week, 2 weeks ago, that said that Netflix now, they've been their orders or their subscriptions started to increase now after the password sharing thing cracked down. I mean, I can see that happening, but I don't see why they thought it wouldn't. But yeah, so we got a nice, I like the way the stock is setting up, man. And it's been running. I mean, a few people on the team have been playing it this past, I think, a few weeks.
My bad for cutting you off, but can I add something right quick? I was playing a game last night, and Microsoft sitting there at Matthew, because I got an Xbox, and they under investigation with the Federal Committee for Child Data or something like that.
Hold up, speak up again. Your phone kind of going. Would you say that again?
Microsoft sent me a message on my Xbox, and they under investigations for sharing child data or something like that. They under investigation with the Federal Committee. I know that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I ain't hear about that. I mean, that's probably something, but probably just you know, they always got investigations going on or something for something. But yeah, I mean, if there's an article on it, then you know that probably, you know, be something. But yeah, that's, I guess, good news, because not good news, my bad. I mean, it's just for a pullback, it'll be good news if it actually if it's something, but I ain't been seeing nothing about it. You said it was just pretty much an alert or something. I mean, did you read it? Did you like what exactly did it say? Do you got it?
Yeah, I gotta pull out the Xbox app, and I'll let you know.
I did see an article last week that Microsoft and Mercedes supposed to be partnering for them to put Chat GPT in all the Mercedes cars.
Oh, that's gonna be crazy. That's gonna be crazy. That's some good. That's good. That's good. Yeah, but no, but yeah, Cliff, when you find that, just post it in the chat or whatever. I'll check too. I mean, because I got an Xbox too. I haven't turned it on in a long time because every time I think to turn it on, I say, let me just look at a chart. And yeah. But yeah, so Netflix looks great though. Netflix look great, man. And I think Juice Roman, he been playing the hell out of Netflix, or he been watching it too. And so we've been getting some movement on this. But yeah, I like this, man. It looked like it, like I said, over 250. I mean, over 450, it can go to 500. And Netflix will give you a surge real quick. So but yeah, but for right now, if we can break above the 448.65 price level, we should be able to extend to that first price target, and we should be able to get to. I'll just say we should be able to get. We can get over. I'm gonna say this. Matter of fact, this is what I'm gonna say. If we can get over, forget that. If we can get over 447, let's say that. If we can get over 445, what is that? Hold on, my bad. 448. That's a long ways away. My bad. I'm just trying to get these levels right real quick. Yeah, if we can get over 448, we should be able to move up to 458. My bad. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah, we should be able to get up to 458. And so that's a $10 move before we get, that's for the first price target. But I like it. I like the momentum. I like everything about it. And I like when it's stacked above my major EMAs like that, all of that. So yeah, that's cool. Yeah, so Netflix got a good one. Nice setup. And that's a weekly chart, the weekly setup. And the reason I went to the weekly, because you see it's been playing games on the daily. Not really. It got room down to the 9 EMA before, pull back. I would actually love for it to pull back down here. Me, Potato Trader, we were talking about it on Friday on Zoom before the close, because like that it had a nice little healthy chance that Kevin brought it up, that it could actually possibly pull back down here. I'm like, okay, it actually could have room down there, and but I was like, it just didn't seem like a big enough move for, but and then the fact that it could, we don't know what the market was going to do over the weekend, right? So it just wasn't worth a play for the downside on it, because Netflix one of them ones, you know what I'm saying, and I gotta clean this chart up too, but yeah. Let's go back to, I'm gonna hit SPY real quick. We talked about it, but hit QQQ, my bad. But we actually charted this one too Friday. This was something else we were looking at. So check this out, right? I'm gonna go to the weekly on this one too. QQQ. So that's another level, just like SPY, man, or just like with Tesla in a lot of ways. But you see, every time we've tested this area right here, this is a weekly chart, we've gotten rejected here. And the fact that we've gotten through it now, and we actually close higher than all of those other closes. So we haven't had a close this high on QQQ since, where is it? since January of 2022. We in 2023 now, we midway through 2023, haven't had a high had a close this high on QQQ since then. So, we got a reversal. The market told us already when we got this wedge break, this breakout, got that retest, it took off. The market's been doing what it needed to do. So yeah, so QQQ, it has a lot of room to move, man. My first price target, I just want to close this. I want to get up above this area here, finish this out. And go back to the daily for a sec. So I just marked that area up because that's where it's been retesting, and we need to break through it, because like through this whole area, breaking through this whole area, we could use it as support if we get through there, and then we got room to really run, because you got to understand a lot of smart money comes into play when we take out key levels, because then that shows signs of strength in the market. So that's when they come back in the fray. So we need to break above that level, and we'll be good on that because yeah. So let's just see how this plays out here, and even if so because like I said, we went all the way up here, we kind of took it out, but it finished down here, right, halfway through this area. But it's cool. Like I said, I feel like that's still a strong move on QQQ. But stocks don't just go up. They they move in waves. So it's like pulses and waves. So we could just get a nice move down first before continuation. So that was one of the reasons why, another reason why we saw great setups. Or not, we saw some moves that could possibly happen on a few stocks, but the market ran so much on Thursday and Friday. It was really no reason to force anything. I mean, on Zoom, we did possibly play a strangle on SPY, but we just, but it was a last minute thing just in case the market give us a big move up or a big move down. But to me, it wasn't worth calling out a trade to the team as a whole, because first of all, it was like I said, 2 trades between Meta and Nvidia. We made $4,600, and that was just for one option, one option. So, and we didn't even include the Tesla profits in that. So it wasn't no reason to force another trade to the team or to say, so we didn't do it. And I feel like if the market does pull back, give us a healthy pullback, then it's cool. But I ain't trying to force nothing, man. That's just another thing. And not trying to force any trades. Now, let me check this out. We hit most of them. Sec. There's a few other stuff. I mean, I gotta hit these. I gotta hit a few of these others because they just gotta be hit. But before I do that, FedEx got earnings tomorrow morning. What was it? Yes, tomorrow morning. They have their earnings in the morning. So FedEx got earnings tomorrow morning. And that's gonna be the last time FedEx had earnings. It was crazy. Hold on. Let me just check something real quick. I just gotta confirm something. One sec. No, FedEx got earnings after the close tomorrow. That's even better. Because I ain't feel like dealing with that, man. UPS is who has earnings pre-market. It's UPS that has earnings pre-market. So FedEx got earnings after the close tomorrow. But look at this, though. Look at this, man. So it had a nice run so far. I like that that breakout and retest. It's holding that 90 and made nicely. So and then we had another breakout right there too, a smaller one. So it's been doing pretty good. Had a nice move, and I just like the way it's set up, man. So I thought it was pretty cool how it finished. So it looked like it has room to move, and it's considering that they have earnings. MACD trying to cross back above, so it got a little sell off, then came back. That oscillator bar looked like it's trying to turn green again. So we'll see how that turns out on Tuesday. But I like this chart. I like the way it looks, and then we got a catalyst. We got earnings tomorrow after the close. So that should be able to that may give us a nice move on the stock just to pump into earnings, because with that, remember the last stock of this caliber that had earnings was UPS. Their earnings weren't really too good, and they got it down, and it affected, Amazon did the same thing. So just gotta keep an eye on how it plays out. But yeah, I like this stock. I think I ain't looking to play it for earnings or nothing. I'm talking about just a move possibly tomorrow if we get a setup. If it got a nice setup tomorrow during the open, if that's something that we're watching, if the volume is where it need to be and we actually get a setup, then we can actually trade this. But yeah, that's what I'm looking at, man. I'm looking at it for just a nice move. If we can break above this 238, we should be able to retest or extend to that 248 price level. We should be able to make a move out there. That was a crazy solid close here. So see how that goes. It looked like it's in. It may what it'll probably do. It'll break out and then start to to consolidate a little while before continuation after a breakout. So that should be enough to take it right where we needed to go. That $10 move up. So keep this on watch. You know, them FedEx contracts, they print if you catch them at the right time, because you can get clapped on either side trading FedEx. But yeah, nice move on that so far heading into earnings. So we got a nice catalyst on it. Now, Apple, sheesh, man. Crazy. New all-time highs again on Apple. See, and again, the thing about this, man, let's see if Apple pulls back a little bit, but it finished in strength, man. So obviously for Quad Witching, what they did was they went on and just they added to that position and it finished in strength. That's good. That's good in the last few minutes of the market to see how they finish. So I like this. I like it. But Apple with me, man, I be always waiting for Apple to pull back before bothering it. It's too extended for me. I wanted to consolidate a little bit in this area. I would prefer for it to pull back some first before making another move. It would be nice if it pulled back down to this 9 EMA. That's what it's been doing. If you look here, it's been retesting that 9 EMA first. That's where I would like it at to buy. So if it gets down there, then it'll be a trade for me. Outside of that, I don't like trading stocks at all-time highs. So yeah, it's a no for me for Apple for right now until it gets back down where it needs to be. Speaking of all-time highs, speaking of damn. So right, we played in the video, man. First of all, shout out to Corleone, shout out to Peter, man. We traded the hell out of Nvidia for the last few weeks, but the reason I gave them a shout out is because after it already ran like a bat out of hell, they were pretty vocal and that it was going to have a continuation. And Corleone specifically was like, man, if the Fed pauses, if we don't raise hike, if the Fed paused, then Nvidia was going to go to I think it was 330. Yeah, 330. And it was like at 317 or something, maybe around that time. And the reason I know that because a few weeks before, so this the whole Nvidia story, right? Because we can still play Nvidia, but it's the Nvidia story. So it was just like, cause we traded the hell out of it all last week on Friday, last Friday, not this Friday, before the close. I called out an Nvidia 400 call for the team. It was I think it was 410. We had $410 to get into that trade. And that contract finished at it, like even after it sold off on Friday, if that contract finished in the money and it was worth $3,500, that contract, and I didn't even include the whole 3,500 in our totals. So, I won't even included like $2,000 from that trade in our totals. So it ran another 1,500. But look, so check this out. So what I was doing was I would keep a few trades, and if I felt like it was going higher, instead of holding that original position, I would move up. So after I sold, I scaled out of the 400s, I grabbed the 405s. When it got above there and I felt like it was going to go higher, then I scaled into the 410s. This is where I messed up though, because and I didn't mess up, but it was like the Fed meeting was coming up at 2. The FOMC Fed decision was coming at 2:00. And I was up substantially. We killed the Nvidia. The original play was already worth over $2,000 at that point. The 405s, they were already up to like 1,800 at that point. So now we up in these other plays. And so we sold them. I sold those contracts for like about a $500 and something profit per option. But I missed out on an extra 1,300, But like I said, it was what it was, man. Pigs get slaughtered and the Fed meeting was coming up, but it broke out. When it broke out, it kept going. But a few people, it was a good trade. It was a good trade. I couldn't chase it. It was hitting all-time highs again. Once my last price target on it was 420 because the all-time high was 419. Like 40 or something. So I was like, I'm out of it at that point. I just wasn't going to play it anymore after that. But it did continue to run. It was some nice moves. And like I said, shout out to Corleone, because on Zoom, one thing, I respect the person who said with their chest, you know what I mean? He ain't wait till after the move broke out, you know. When I called out the 400 calls the week before, you know, he was already in that trade, you know, when because he watched the video, he watched the hell out of it. And so on Friday, on Wednesday for the Fed decision, yeah, so that's another thing. So on Wednesday for the Fed decision, when the market opened, let me go down to the daily, just to the session hour or something real quick. So when the market opened, we on Zoom. I was on there. It was me, Juice. Me and Juice was on there, and Peter before everybody, right? And I was telling them, I'm like, man, well, NVIDIA pulled back a little bit, but it got room down to this level. It's probably going to bounce off of this level or whatever. Corleone come on. He wasn't on when I said that. I'm just pointing this out. He wasn't on when I said that. But when he got on, he was like, oh yeah, I bought the dip on the video right there. So he already had averaged down on that dip, you know, and then it went from 405, because that's where it retested. It pulled back down to, I'm trying to find a day. Yeah, it was Wednesday. All right. So it pulled down. Yeah, this was the open right here. That's what I was looking for. So it pulled back. This is crazy what NVIDIA was doing. NVIDIA ain't had to do all of this stuff that it did, man. But hold up, where we at? Yeah, here we go. I was too far away. 405. Yeah, this was that morning right here. So it pulled all the way back down, or 406, and then it ran like a bat out of hell. This is a session hour, so this is what it was doing. And but he bought the dip on this, you know what I'm saying? And it just kept running. But the whole point is, he said that he was buying a dip on it. He said it while it was down. He ain't wait till the stock already started going, and even Stevie Wonder could see it was going to run. He called it, he said it, and if anybody was on Zoom with us, there was a few people on there with us, you know, they were able to make moves off of that move. You know what I'm saying? They were able to make decisions off of that move, you know. So and it was a lucrative one. Then he went a step further and was like, if the Fed calls out, if the Fed pauses, it's going to 330. And then Roman came on there and was like, the bot just called out at 330, you know, but it wasn't, you know, obviously the AI confidence on it was crazy, but it's crazy when you say something and then the bot agrees with you, you know what I mean? That's like an extra confidence. And I was already in 410s, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, I sold them long before noon, because I wasn't trying to be in those plays before. When you up a lot on the trade, man, it's just kind of crazy. If you think it's going to go further, what I should have done, and I'm cool that I didn't, because like I said, I'm trying to show the team that you don't have to always get back into another trade if you do right before. And I think trading the way we traded NVIDIA, and the amount of money that we made all week off the NVIDIA, and how much money them contracts made, it was crazy. And then yeah, so we moved on. But yeah, it was cool. It was a good one. And that was the night I called out Meta. I called out Meta that night too, because now Meta was back in play. To me, I had exhausted NVIDIA. So I ain't trading NVIDIA no more after I got out of the 410. So that was 3 different contracts of NVIDIA trades that I traded. So I was at that point, I'm like, I'm done with NVIDIA. And it did keep running, but it just kept hitting all-time highs. I just couldn't chase it. I couldn't play it up there. I didn't feel comfortable playing it up there. And I couldn't, and I wouldn't have been able to justify it during one of these meetings if it ended up going bad. So I wasn't trading that trade, man. And so yeah, but that was a good trade. It was great. And the market did what it needed to do. So yeah, so we'll see how this plays out next week. And one sec. I gotta bring Meta up real quick though. I know we looked at it, but I ain't really hit Meta. Okay, so it looks like Metatron. This is go back to the daily. So yeah, we did kind of hit it, but we really didn't hit Meta. So Meta went 2 up, but it's not enforced. So I like when Meta give us a nice healthy pullback, because the way it finished was still good. Now you can't really see a setup on this daily because of the fact that it is what it is. But like, to me, Meta could still pull back, right? It pulled back and it can move all the way down to this this non-EMA if that's what it wants to do. But it all depends on what the market does. And I feel like with the flush that happened on Friday, Meta really didn't get flushed out like that. And it's a lot of volume that's still going in Meta. Although, one sec, my bad. I'm trying to bring this other screen up. But yeah, I like the way the market is setting up and the way it did set up for his tech pullback. And it gives us a lot of setups for next week. So that was, again, like I said, that was the main reason why I decided it wasn't like, nah, we ain't got to force nothing for the team. And I just wait and just see what happens over this long weekend. And so it was a lot of flow that went into Meta. So I do, honestly, I feel like Meta is gonna, and you heard it first here, but if Meta, we get a nice retest, Meta it's going to hit that 290. But again, it may not hit it, because, you know, sometimes Meta do weird stuff, man. So if Meta, it depends on where we open at. Let's see where we open at and see what this Fed stuff happens. Because what happens typically, the market will consolidate or pull back to take cover for Powell. If Powell don't do too much damage on Wednesday and Thursday, then everything gonna continue to run. I don't think the bull market is over, man. We got one thing I learned from the market is, don't try to trick the market. Don't try to get too smart, too slick for the market, man. Follow the price action, you know. And if the market is still going up, trending up, then we're gonna follow that as long as if I don't see any clues of it pulling back or whatever, then that's cool. But yeah, we wait for healthy retest. And I'm just trying to pull up the 4-hour real quick to see if I can see anything. Yeah, that's cool. That's what I was looking for, something like that. So yeah, a nice pullback down here wouldn't be bad, wouldn't be a bad idea. So if it did happen, that wouldn't be a bad idea. But if Meta breaks out and take out that high or something like that, then that's cool too. So we will see how it plays, because it's so many different ways to play. I don't see a nice setup on Meta right now to the upside. I mean, I can see this is an easy put position to me. If you look at the 4-hour, this is a 222 reversal, you know, and so this would be that's inside. So that's inside actually. So that's an inside candle. So okay, cool. That's inside. That's actually good. So let me see what the daily was. And that's 2 up. So that's why I'm like, you know, I feel like Meta is still, it has a lot of room to run, right? But I just want a setup to come together first. So what would have to happen for me, unless we're trading the open, you know, I need Meta to break above here, break above that 280, that 287.85. We break above 287.85, you know. But like I said, man, if you're in a long swing on Meta, like, you know, I got a few long swings on Meta, because like I said, at 268, above that, I felt like Meta was going to 300, and we almost there. So it's just trying to fill this, and that ain't even the gap fill. The gap fill was all the way up here at 332 or something like that. That's crazy. But yeah, so and I was talking about Meta at the start of this to say that because I kind of went off subject, but Meta is it's kind of defensive in a way now. You see how resilient it is, and now you see, damn, what Mark Zuckerberg was talking about wasn't crazy. But when Facebook first came out, they thought he was crazy. When he bought IG, they thought it was crazy. When, you know, everything that Mark did, they thought it was crazy, and he always ahead of the curve. So, you know, now they seeing and they buying the hell out of Meta. Meta's been just getting in position, and then when AI finally really rolls out and the masses, like for the bigger companies, I think that Meta has the best position with AI, because the main problem that AI has is the human like aspects, right? And also the fact that where, you know, because what'll happen is if Microsoft owns most, if they're thinking Microsoft going to own most of the retail or the Intel and stuff like that now, then Meta actually owns most of the personal data, the people data that feeds AI, that like the real human like data. So from Facebook, WhatsApp, IG, you know, like it's billions of people that use their apps, and it's more, you know, more than any other platform. So it's just like, okay, cool. They got everything it takes for the AI thing to work out. So we'll see how they spend that for the next quarter earnings, right? So what they talk about. But yeah, Meta has a lot of room to continue, and they've been still making their business more lean. So EPS gonna keep going up. And And yeah, it's been doing really, really well. And you see the reels, man. Like I said, the ads on reels, they work, and they raise the prices on the ads and stuff like that. So and it's been, and we not complaining about it. So it's just it's pretty cool. So I think if there's a continuation for Meta, what I would like though is to see Meta break out again. Because you see, this is I can actually make this tighter now, actually. So I don't know how it got like that. What time frame I'm on? Yeah, the daily. That's why. Probably different. But yeah, man. So I want Meta to, we break out of here. We broke out of it, but it got rejected, kind of finished here. So we get a continuation, break out of there. And again, like I said, I'm not opposed to it breaking down here. So if we take out Friday's lows, then we can retest this 9 EMA. That'd be perfect for us. So, you know, Meta obviously on watch, it's in play and it's bullish. So let's so Meta, yeah. Another one. And what's the last thing I want to hit? It's one other I need to hit for sure. That I got hit AMD too though, because Wayne keep pointing out this gap fill area and on the daily. And there we go, man. So look, so this is the thing right here, right? So it was another gap. There's a gap down there that it just filled one gap. And now we got this earnings area. This is the earnings gap right here. So it's been what it's been doing, NVIDIA to all of these stocks that kind of ran for earnings, right? They've been holding their earnings gap ups, right? So it has room to come down here to this 21 EMA on the daily, which would be this area, the bullish gap fill area. So this would be a good area for it to come down to. And it looked like that's where it's headed to anyway. So, you know, we get down here, bounce down here, and then there's calls. So, but look, again, MACD, when MACD start, the MACD line turn below the signal line, we got red oscillator bars. That's bearish. Again, this is a lagging indicator. So yeah, it's coming down. It got room down here. So let's see if it continues to flush. On Monday, it might be an easy trade on Monday. Get a retest. It would be nice if we got a retest up here of this 9 EMA, reject it, and then that would be crazy move, a nice crazy move to play to the downside if that happens. But knowing AMD, if NVIDIA breaks out and run and the market just runs on next week, then but the market's been running and they still been selling this stock off, man. So let me just see what the weekly looks like. Yeah, man, it still has room. I like it. To me, it's safer. Forget a quick trade. It's safer to buy it down here. Now, if you're playing puts, again, I like it. I like it down. I think it's gonna get some time, but put some time on them trades, but I think it got room to retest this gap fill area or that 21 EMA on the daily. So because it ran a lot, man. So it's okay for it to consolidate and bounce off this area again before continuation. So that makes the most sense for me. And what's the last thing? Oh yeah, Amazon, my bad. Amazon and Walmart. That data. Once you gotta hit Amazon, hit Walmart. Yeah, Walmart. Crazy. It ate both of those candles, closed the gap and everything, bounced off the gap fill. So I wonder if Walmart gonna come down here and retest this area first before continuation, right? Come down here and retest this 9 EMA first before move higher. And yeah, but I like that. I like this trade, man. Again, I think it can come down and retest this area. Let me see what the weekly looks like. Yeah, so look, it's crazy because this weekly looks great. This weekly looks great. So let's just see, because if tech sold off Friday, I just want to see if that's going to make a difference in terms of them rolling money out of consumer staples and back into tech or vice versa. But yeah, this is bullish still on the weekly. So a nice little retest down here. And it already pulled back. So I wouldn't be surprised if it did pull back down here, but it closed a gap and it bounced off that gap fill. So it doesn't have to continue down actually. But you know, I think in a logical world and a safe way, I wouldn't chase Walmart unless it pulled back down here, unless we get a crazy breakout and it took out those highs, and that'll be cool. And just let me see. Yeah, one sec. And so where we at? Yeah, so right, we got that's it. What I say the last one was Amazon. That's it. So we got Amazon. Amazon looks great, man. I love the way it's set up on the daily, man. It just it's doing everything it needs to do. It looks like it wants to get back up to, or just look like it wants to get up here to this 130. You know, that's where originally where we wanted it to go anyway. It filled the gap up here. You know, it played around this area, but I love the way it's playing around here off this off the 90 EMA. This is a beautiful setup. I like the strength on it. It can be looked at in so many ways, right? But I like it off here. I like the fact that it was able to hold it. It did not break down, and it looked like it wants to have a continuation. So let's see what happens tomorrow. But it's set up nicely. It looked like it's ready to go. I like Amazon. So yeah, man, I like this one right here. I like this one, and it looked like it got room to 130. Now, again, if it loses this 9 EMA, then it's probably going to come all the way down here and retest this area down here. That's what I think. If it loses that area, it's going to come back all the way down here to like 123 or something like that, you know. So it's a few price targets in between there, but losing that 9 EMA would be big, you know, closing below it, depending on what's going on, because, you know, you can have a breakdown and then it'd be on a day where there's something going on and some crazy price action or something, and then you still get a gap up. So price has been inside of here for a while. So it's just breaking back out again. So that's good. I like Amazon. I think it looks great. Like I said, you see the MACD, but that's just momentum. But like I said, if it holds this 9 EMA, we should be able to get a bounce. I like it in two ways. Obviously, if I was trading the open or something, a bounce off of here would be really nice for me to take a trade off of it. And yeah, here's the weekly on it, man. It's been moving. It's been moving. So it does have some room. I like the fact that it closed that gap and it's still holding that gap fill. It looked like it wants to continue. So yeah, I'm bullish on Amazon. Yeah. So that's all I actually have today, man. Just went through some charts, man. Get us ready for next week, man. We know the Fed is speaking. I will see most of y'all tomorrow morning on Zoom. And oh yeah, and because I got 2 DMs. If whoever trying to go to the EYL event or whatever that's coming up in 2 weeks or whatever, let me know. Like I said, the tickets are already out there now. But if you do want to go to the event and you get the tickets through me, you can get a discount. But otherwise, like I said, they're $100 on the website. They're gonna sell out this week because they about to start doing promo for them. And every city that they come to, it sells out. So and from what I've been seeing, every city sold out, and they on their way back from London now. So every event that's been selling out, and it's the first time they come to Baltimore, and it's going to be at Morgan. So they're going to sell out. You're not going to be able to get a ticket at all. So I don't have a surplus of tickets. Like I would have to get those tickets if people are going. So just letting y'all know if I do want to be a part of that event. And even if it's not to come there because I'm gonna be one of the panelists and support me, like it's to be there because you're gonna be there, EYL gonna be there, and you know it's a lot of other like-minded individuals that you may want to be in presence with. There's gonna be other business owners there. You know, I don't know who else they bringing out. I mean, I'm not supposed to say this, but Rick Ross supposed to be there. He's come out to a lot of their the EYL, the Earn Your Leisure tour dates, and he's supposed to be coming out to this one. So that's just some hush stuff. He's supposed to be one of the guest speakers that's going to be there on the panel or whatever. So it's supposed to be a big event, and it's hosted by Bel Air too. So I'm sorry, not hosted. That's one of the sponsors too. And so yeah, but the only reason I can get a discount is because I'm one of the sponsors too now, and so we going to be in there. And so if y'all trying to be a part of that event, then yeah, just let me know. But yeah, I just feel like anybody that's doing this options thing or whatever, y'all should just want to be there. You know, like most of y'all know who Earn Your Leisure is already. Most of y'all probably watch their podcast, the video, or listen to the YouTubes or the what's the name. So just being in there, and it's not just going to be people from Baltimore. It's going to be other people that's doing possibly what we doing. Some of y'all got small businesses or want to start small businesses, and What kind of really got me into investing initially was me I was in Vegas and I went to see T. Harv Eker. He wrote the book, Secrets of a Millionaire Mind. And it supercharged me being in that room with like-minded individuals that were doing something substantial. And I started investing, and the rest is history. That was back in 2015. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like being in a room like that, and then you just want to be in something like that. So yeah, but I know there will be some live recording of it. So if you don't go or whatever, I'm gonna make sure that y'all get to see some footage, because I gotta get some footage, man. So yeah, I'm just excited about the event, man. And I was saying for a while that if there was anything, you always talk about just a wave or something like that. I'm like, yo, if it was one opportunity to be a part of or whatever, and I didn't think they was gonna come here, but that would kind of be like, because I'm on the news all the time now, right? But that's not necessarily my niche or anything, but being in a earn your leisure event, you know what I mean? That's just like, that's the pinnacle of what I need to be doing, you know what I mean? And what we need to be doing. So, and all of us know who they are. So they, made it popular, made it trendy to be in and invest in, especially for us as people. So that's just big. Yeah.
Well, I just want you to know how super proud we are of you. Like, you're the best. We love to see it. We're excited for you. I'm super, super excited for you.
Thanks, KK. And no, I want to tell y'all, I appreciate all of y'all, man, because look, when I saw that they were looking for people, they said they were looking for people who now look, what I didn't know, look, so I'm gonna tell you, it's funny. It's not a long story, it's a short story, because I held y'all for a while. But I saw the video where they was like, they come into Baltimore, and if you know anybody who's making an impact in your city or in the city or just anywhere that want to be a part of this event, and that you think that's making a change in their community or whatever, like, tag them in this post. So I told the team, and they were just, they tagging me with the post, but it was one thing that they were saying. They was like, who's actually, making money. That was one of the things that they said, you know what I mean? And so it was, yeah, so it was crazy. But I ended up being a sponsor of the event too, because I was asked if I wanted to sponsor the event. I'm like, well, if my team tagged me, and I'm gonna be a part of the event or whatever, yeah, I want to sponsor it. I want my business name to be on the wall as one of the sponsors at the event. I own all of the materials. Like, I felt like you gotta, if you're gonna do that event, and yeah, I want to sponsor it. So now ended up being talked into being a sponsor too. So, so now so I help pay to get them here, I guess, right? You look at it like that, pay for the, it's restaurants like Black Swan, that restaurant, and a few, I think Peter's, Peter, I forgot his last name, but he got a restaurant in Baltimore. He, he was on, Love and Hip Hop. No, one of them shows, but he got a restaurant in Baltimore. He's one of the sponsors. There's a few other people that's big, that sponsors of the event. But like I said, they also got even bigger sponsors. But the thing is, y'all got me in there, man, because soon as it wasn't even an hour after y'all started flooding that page with some of the stuff that y'all were posting on there that I got they reached out to me. So thank y'all for the support, man. Cause I was telling KK, I said, I know the team really want me to be where I want to be, because they ain't even wait, man. They just kind of got right to it. And then, like I said, so it was cool. I appreciate y'all, man. And then Potato Trader, he act like he was my agent on there, started just like speaking up my credentials and all types of stuff. I'm like, man,
crazy.
Yeah, so
the Andrew fan.
yeah. So yeah, man, we're gonna have a great week, man. But again, man, we made a lot of money this week, and I don't think we could have made as much as we did if it wasn't for the chemistry we had together as a team, man. We really was we was killing it together on Zoom. Like, we was holding each other up. Like, and really keep holding it down. Like no lie, man. Y'all hold up. It's just the regulars on here now. I mean, no bullshit, man. Like it was just we really held it down. The only person that was missing was Red Nose because I'm saying because the last week or so, you was on there like, just adding a lot of value. But I know you just moved or whatever, so you probably was like going through a lot after the move. So, but I'm saying like that the week before, you was part of that too. So, but yeah, no, we had a great week, man. I'm just saying, so it ain't just me, it's y'all too, because some stuff I miss. Like I ain't see Netflix until Roman brought it up, or when Tesla. So shout out to you too, Roman. You may not have known what to call it at the time, and and that's cool. But when Tesla pulled back on Friday morning, I think it was Thursday or Friday? It was Thursday. I think it was Thursday. When Tesla had that pullback, it was a key level it pulled back on the session hour. When he was saying something, I was just trying to, I'm always trying to do my teaching thing too. But when it pulled back, I'm like, no, that was where it was right here. It was Thursday. Because it was a key level. It was a key level where it pulled back to, right in this area. I was like, it broke. This was a key area because this was an area it struggled with. When it broke, it was resisting the hell out of this area. Broke through, took off, came back, retested this area. This was the perfect entry. So yeah, so shout out to you, man, because that was a great. And this was right at market open. It pulled back and bounced right there. As soon as that bounce happened, because I'm zooming out. I want to zoom out and look and see what's going on. And that was the perfect level. So yeah, man. So we just keep holding each other up, holding each other accountable, man. And we just going to try to do what we did, like do it again this week, man. So yeah, y'all enjoy the rest of your day. And I'll see y'all.
Happy Juneteenth, everybody.
Oh yeah.
Happy Juneteenth,
Same to everybody else, man.
Y'all have a good night. Peace.
All right, y'all, man.
All right.
Take care, y'all. See y'all tomorrow.
Hey, bro, with that event, bro, do we gotta get the VIP Jones or just the original, the general admission Jones?
The VIP sold out. They sold out already. They sold out yesterday. They all sold out. I couldn't get no VIP tickets. All of them gone. Yep. They was the 150 ones. All of them gone. Yep.
Damn, all right.
So yeah.
All right, I'm gonna send that shit to you.
All right, but I see y'all in a little while. All right. Peace.
All right, peace, Antoine.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.